agreement on this measure that you put forth today.
Okay, good.
All right, let's do it. Here we go. I think we're ready. Are we ready? Yeah, we're recording. We got everything lined up. All right, here we go. It starts in 3, 2, 1.
Monday morning, we realized we had to evacuate. We had to get out of there. And so I called Chick-fil-A. Now, that sounds kind of funny, but I ordered 2 grilled chicken burritos with extra egg and a boat. And can you believe that the manager, one of the managers of Chick-fil-A, she sent her husband to pick us up. And we are so grateful and so thankful.
My name is Marvin Dre.
Muffin tray?
The morning stream, 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 the morning stream.
The morning stream. Look out! Muppets!
The morning stream, the morning stream, the morning stream, the morning stream.
Hello, welcome to the Moan and Scream. This is Scott Johnson, that's Brian Ibbett, and we're here again to do another show. Hi, Brian, how are you?
Hello.
Hello!
Hello.
If you don't know what that is, you haven't played a play date with us, so
Yeah.
get on
exactly.
that.
What's the matter with you? Oh, my
What's
gosh.
wrong with you people? So, it's one of those mornings, man, where I get up, my right eye is prone to getting weird little infections in it. And I don't know why, okay? And the doctor said, nah, you just got unlucky. And I haven't been for the second one. But I got a fresh new one in this eye. And I think it's because Van was over and he touched me in the eye with his hand. So I think I got a little freaking bacteria boy hand in my eye.
Oh, no. Little poop in the eye?
Probably. So now I got this like really blurry right eye business
You
going.
got conjunctivitis now?
Yeah, I got conjunctivitis. You probably can't see it as well. It's not nearly as flared up as the last one where it got all red, but it's still just like, gosh dang it. I woke up all goopy and eye hurts a little bit. And I'm using these here drops. The doctor says they're the good kind. Sustain is the brand he recommended.
Yep.
He says this is the only good stuff on the market, so use these. And I said, all right. I got them at Costco, got them on sale. And here I am with poo in my eye. It's been a great day.
Here's poo in your eye. That's my favorite toast when I'm at Bennigan's drinking with everybody.
Oh, Bennigan's.
I know.
Brian, don't you miss a Bennigan's?
I kind of do miss the Beginnigans.
The Beginnigans.
It's too bad they can't begin again.
Yeah.
Bennigan's.
Yeah, but they could do another one of those deep fried sandwich things that were so good.
The Monte Cristo.
That's
that
the
was
one.
so bad.
Yeah, it's so bad, so
but
good.
they were, I want to say that they were the first restaurant that I remember that started the whole craze of nailing random crap to the walls.
Yeah, probably. It's the first time I saw it, I think. Let me think about that for a second. Yeah,
like TGI Fridays came later.
Yeah, and they've kind of perfected the
Red
art.
Robin. Yeah, TGI Fridays did, yep.
They became famous for having shit all over the place, but
Exactly.
yeah, I remember I have fond feelings for a place like Bennigan's, but it's also I don't know if I would now. That was a thing for my early 20s to just go binge and eat and not care, you know?
Yeah.
Because it didn't matter. I wasn't gonna get any fatter. I wasn't gonna get any, I wasn't gonna feel gross after, because when you're in your early 20s, you don't feel anything.
The metabolism is on your side. Metabolism gets along with you just fine back in those days.
You just burn it.
Not so much now.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, it's like putting a log in a fire. It just burns away. No big deal. But not now.
Yeah.
Not
Dice
now.
Tomato says, so Applebee's did it too, but
Did they?
he says that all the Applebee's are closed. Are they really? Because I know that there's
one near us
an
that
Applebee's
does.
not far from us that I think is open.
Yeah, ours does curbside and pickup and delivery and stuff. They do DoorDash and all that. Maybe it might be different. It depends. Maybe it's they're a franchisee thing, right? Where
I think so.
Single owners or whatever. So maybe they do it different in different places.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Chili's, I know, is still moving strong.
Yeah, I don't love going to those places anymore either. I used to. Again, those were the same kind of thing.
Same kind of thing,
Early 90s,
exactly.
man. Early mid 90s. I was always one of those places was fine. I didn't care how much food you put on that plate. Just load me up. It didn't matter. Can't do it. Can't do it now.
The only one of those places I think I still go to is Red Robin. I still like Red Robin. I still like the bonsai, although you get it with chicken now, instead grilled chicken instead of patty, and it's just as good.
Maybe better.
And I think so, yeah. And I
Yeah.
think if I'm feeling like a real wild man, I'll get a topless, which means no top bun, and you just eat it with a knife and fork.
Do you just say it to the lady? I'd like it topless.
Can I get that? Would you bring that to me topless, please?
Wow, you can get in trouble for that particular
You could, yeah. You totally could, yeah.
that little instruction there. All right. Well, speaking of food that you pick up someplace,
Sure.
this week we decided that our one time a week to do takeout would be Mod Pizza.
Mm-hmm.
And so Kim was out there already with Carter and Nick. Nick moved apartments over the weekend. It's a long story, but he got a better deal on a new place. He's got a friend with him now, a roommate he actually likes. So blah, 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 blah. Oh, also, this is the best part about all this is they have a rule there, no pets. So once again, Nick's like, oh, I can't bring Boomer with me. Boomer's technically his dog.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
because he adopted Boomer, paid for it and everything. But
Yeah.
because since he's moved out, nowhere he's been has taken pets, we've had to hang on to Boomer, which is fine. We love Boomer. She's great.
Sure.
But this new place, he had this idea. He goes, I wonder if I could tell them that I have that she's my like emotional support animal or whatever. And so he went to them and said, hey, if I have an emotional support animal, is that okay? He says, yeah, but we require the paperwork, somebody that signed that says that blah, blah, blah. So he got my sister, Wendy, to write a letter saying that Nick, this is Nick's emotional support animal. And all it needs to say is that dog is his emotional support animal, which is true. Nick derives a lot of emotional support from this dog.
Sure.
Simple as that. And boom, now he gets to take the dog. So as of
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
So Tristan and his clan are moving apartments at the end of this month,
yeah,
and their dog is part German Shepherd, and they have a restriction about certain dogs that they won't let into the apartment. So pit bulls, German Shepherds, Dobermans, I think are all on this list, which is unfair because it really is all about the owner. Pit bulls themselves aren't bad. We had a couple owners that raised them to be fighters, and all of a sudden it's like the razor blades and candy. Oh my God! All pit bulls are bad. All candy is bad.
the sweetest, most docile animal I ever knew was a pit bull. So yeah, I'm with you.
Exactly.
100%.
But I wonder if they could get away with a emotional support letter.
Maybe. They maybe could. That I mean, apparently they can at this place. This was enough for this landlord to go, okay, sure, why not bring it in? But so obviously I can't speak for everything, but theirs is less of an apartment and more of so it's in the avenues downtown, and it's a nice area, but it's mostly homes, and then in a couple of cases, homes that are converted into multiple apartments. And that's what he's in is it's kind of a home / cordoned off apartment. So multiple kitchens, multiple all that, but it's all been rebuilt to do that. And they don't take even the little dogs or cats.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
unless you go in there with this,
With this emotional support disclaimer.
Yeah, which apparently you can do online as well. Like he doesn't have to do this with Wendy necessarily, but it's going to be a lot easier and cheaper. So
yeah,
that's what he's going to do.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to hit Wendy up and say, hey, could you just, just change the name, print us up one too? Just mass print these certificates. We'll hand them out the next meetup.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, that's cool. So anyway, so back to Mod Pizza. Sorry, I got totally sidetracked. But anyway, I'm a little melancholy because I don't like the idea of losing Boomer. It's gonna bum me out. Although I'm sure there'll be plenty of opportunities to watch him while Nick has a thing to do. I'm sure that'll come up.
Right.
I'm sure plenty of babysitting opportunities are just right around the corner here for Kim and Scott. But anyway, so they're out doing that and they're on their way back, and they decide to do curbside pickup at a Mod Pizza. We like Mod Pizza. I get the cauliflower crust thing you and I always talk about.
Yep, love that.
No problem. All's great. Yesterday I went really basic. I'm like, all right, look, let's just do pepperoni, some green peppers, cheese, and that crust. I don't need all the extra shiz. Let's just get the basic business. All right.
Sure.
So they go pick it up. They bring it home, and everybody's got their different whatever. Kim got a salad. Carter got a veggie pizza. All this stuff. Open up the pizza. Everything looks fine, except I notice vaguely, and I didn't take a picture of it, and I'm kicking myself for not doing this.
I wish you would have.
I know. I'm so mad I didn't take a picture. Part of it was because I was like, that's not what that is. And I really like Mod Pizza, so I'm not like out to get them or anything. But it looked to me like on mine, which on the outside box had like a receipt that said Scott with a big S. and Kim's had a big K, Kim and all that, all separated by name for some reason. I don't even know how that works. But in my pizza, there was like an impression of a S, and it was like someone took their finger and went and made an S.
And it's not just like a random this looks like it could be an S kind of thing.
I mean,
it was.
I don't know. That's the problem. Maybe it was, Brian. Maybe it wasn't. I should have taken a picture of it. It seemed a little too intentional to look like a big fat cheese S. Jesus.
Jesus.
But it looked like a big old S on one of the pieces that was cut bigger.
Okay.
On
one of the pieces. Okay.
Yeah, as if it was like someone going with their finger and just doing an S. But I don't know for sure, and I was so hungry I didn't care and I ate it. Should I?
Which I think is fine. Here's the thing. I think that thinking about pizzas I've made,
Yeah.
the cheese usually, like if you're cooking it, cook it to a golden brown.
Oh yeah.
If you try and write in that cheese, you're just basically going to move the cheese around. It's why when you pull out that one slice of pizza and all the toppings stay with the rest of the pizza and you basically just pull out a piece of tomato-soaked bread.
Do you think it's like a naturally occurring S then? Like just
I think you got a naturally occurring S. If anything, maybe as they were putting the toppings and stuff on it and they were kind of smoothing things out.
Yeah.
In the process of putting the cheese on, maybe they accidentally kind of brushed and made an S in there. But it seems like, I don't know, it seems like the process of trying to draw an S in a cooked pizza it's got to be difficult.
Yeah,
it's got to be
precarious.
like, you need.
First of all, it'd be really hot, right? Because the cheese is super hot when they get it. And when I got the
cheese
pizzas,
still would have to be really soft to be able to do it. And then if it's that hot, you're not going to want to put your finger in there.
No. I will say this though, as usual, their cauliflower crust to me it's indistinguishable from the real thing. Once I've had it,
Actually,
you have
it's
it,
a little crispier, which I really like.
Yeah, I prefer that. Like I want a little, not harder, but crispier. Is
Tooth.
good.
You want a little tooth to your pizza crust.
Yeah, it was very, very good. Anyway, so if you did listen, Mod over there on that highway exit, wherever the hell that is, if you guys put an S in my pizza, it's fine. We're in hard times. I get it, man. I get it. Maybe you just felt like you just had to do it. I get it. It's okay.
Yes.
I'm with you.
You're supposed to roll it, pat it, and mark it with a B, and then put it in the oven for baby.
Yeah, I've heard that. But they went S. It's S ranked. That's what it is.
S
They ranked
and S doesn't rhyme with put it in the oven for baby and me. So
that's what they did though. They S ranked my pizza. Now I've learned it. So in video game terms, that's a really high rank for my pizza.
That is.
Yeah,
right.
It's best you can do. S ranked my pizza. If that's not a title, I'll eat my hat. All right.
S rank my pizza.
Logan Larson, aka Dreadnecks in the Tadpole, wrote in.
Sure.
And wanted to give us a little bit of an update. It says, hello, Scott and Brian. Just wanted to pass along an update that my wife tested negative for COVID-19, aka the coronavirus, aka Rona. I said all that. He didn't. While I found it incredibly stressful to quarantine her in the bedroom while taking care of our 5-year-old, I was unbelievably relieved when she got the call and we could end the quarantine. I hope you and your families are staying well, and I still love listening to your show, says Logan Larson. Well, thanks, Logan.
Good.
And I'm really glad to hear that. Also,
I want to say that he was a call-in maybe for Battle Royale, and we talked about that. Is that right?
Yeah, I think so.
Or a call now, maybe it was a call now or something. But
I remember Dreadnecks, the name Dreadnecks in particular. So I think you're right. I was going to say this. So this isn't to make them feel weird at all. So hopefully it doesn't. But I don't know how many of these things are like confirmed or stuff, but I guess down in Florida, and maybe they just mismanage a bunch of stuff in their medical system down there. I don't know, but some people get results that say, "Oh, I know what it was." Okay, I'm sorry. Let me back this way up. My nephew and my niece. So Chuck, Chuck, the leader of the band, brother, Chuck, performed at our thing in Vegas. Got a record deal out of that
Container
visit.
Park. Oh, did he really?
Yeah.
Okay, that's awesome.
Yeah, he got somebody was there that knew somebody, and they got a record deal from that, and they are eternally thankful to you and me for setting that up. And I always tell him it's mostly Brian. He has all the contacts. I don't get to set much up, but Anyway, we should tell James sometime. And he goes, "Oh yeah, I knew I was gonna."
Oh yeah, I talked to him and Svet the other day and just said, I miss you guys. This is the longest I've ever gone without seeing you guys. Usually it's, twice a year I come out and see you guys in Missoula and oh yeah, we're all doing okay here. It's pretty much same.
He's so dead on. I feel like I'm talking to him. But they're those guys are great. I miss all those guys.
They are.
Anyway, so what was my point? Oh, so Chuck and April we're gonna go in and get one done, a test, because they were traveling a little bit and they thought, you know what, it wouldn't hurt, let's just get one. And then last minute something came up and they couldn't go. They had to miss it, so they missed the appointment and they didn't go. And they canceled. They just said, hey, yeah, we're not able to make it today. We'll get in there sometime. Okay. 3 days later, they got in the mail paperwork saying, you don't congratulations, your tests for coronavirus were negative.
So they didn't even take the test.
No.
But they got the paperwork that says they don't have coronavirus.
They said they don't have coronavirus. Now, obviously, it's some kind of stupid mix-up, mess-up, paperworky, red tapey hoo-ha.
Sure.
If you want to get, conspiratorial about it, you can say, see, this is what they're doing. They're making a bunch of tests that don't exist. Blah, blah, blah. You can do that too if you want. But my point is, lame. That's my point. Lame.
Yeah.
Lame.
No, I feel like that is pointing to a more serious problem. Like if their systems are so flawed that by not showing up you get a negative result, what does that mean for your test? If one piece of paperwork or one button isn't pressed or one key is different on the keyboard that you typed in the name or whatever, who's to say that it's like, oh no, they have it, but oh no, they got the paperwork that says they don't.
Yeah, that's weird, right? It's weird.
Wow.
Yeah,
I don't like that at all.
Not at all. It really bugged me.
I don't like that at all.
Yeah,
no sirree.
Because then your brain starts going, oh well, if you're gonna mess that up, you're gonna mess it all up. You're gonna come back and tell me, good news, you don't have coronavirus, but you have syphilis, or they're gonna,
right, exactly,
like 10 other weird things. Like
herpes 10, but not COVID-19.
Right. So yeah, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
Oh, Telizarel is taking me to task
task.
Yeah. I don't think we're abusing the system. It is a emotional support animal.
Nick does need that animal.
Yeah. Of course he does. Look, he's a sensitive kid. He needs his dog around, and he hates not being with her. Sometimes he'll come down here just to see her, and one day about a month ago, he cried about it. He was upset. Oh, they're all look at him. They're all taking a piss. Oh, I need that.
Boy, Houdini's 7. I saw his all caps messages earlier. It's like, wow, pull that out of your hat.
Yeah,
Houdini 7.
Maybe y'all should be mad at the system that makes it so easy. Maybe you should be mad at that. Be mad at the whole system that makes it so easy that all you have to do is just say, yeah, it's emotional support animal. Oh, okay, bring him in. That's kind of the problem, isn't it?
Okay, so should Nick get diagnosed? Is that the deal? Nick needs to get diagnosed.
He's already been diagnosed. He has generalized anxiety disorder. He's been diagnosed. He has a thing.
Oh.
He just hasn't ever had a dog assigned to him before. So if that's what they're asking, yeah. What's wrong with chat room? Chat room crawling right up my pipe today. Right up the pipe.
No kidding. All right, you guys.
Yeah, it's fine. Let them have their moment. If you want to talk to me, you can email me and you can tell me all the reasons why us skipping the step of going online and doing this for free. Remember the guy? We had a story on the show where the guy, what was it? He made his support animals like an egg or something dumb like that. What was it?
Oh yeah, it was a
What was it?
No, it was a weird lizard, or it was a weird. Was it just something in?
It was just an object or something, right? And
it was an object. That's right. He used a picture of a dog, but then in the description, it was some inanimate object.
Yeah, and they wrote back and said,
bees. That's what it was. The picture was a picture of a dog, but he described it as bees.
Oh, that's what it was. Emotional support bees, exactly. And they gave it to him. Exactly. They said, sure, here you go. Here's your emotional support bees. Because that's thing's right. A racket, by the way. If Brian and I can get online right now and do this thing and just make it up and say I have emotional support bees and they're going to give it to me, that's a racket. If Nick goes to his actual accredited aunt and she and says to her, "Hey, I want to do this," she says, "Well, that sounds good because you've got GAD anyway."
Right.
Then I'm telling you, that's a more legit path to your emotional support animal than the other bullshit online. Do you know how
That's
long
right.
it took me to get qualified to perform people's weddings? Less than 6 minutes.
Right. Yes, you're able to just go to a website, pay $2.50, and now I'm able to marry people.
Look at the high horsing we're going with today. This is... All right. Anyway, moving on.
People.
Check this out. Measurements again. We got measurement conversation about the imperial versus the metric. We got a lot of talk about that, a lot of chatter. On Wednesday's show, you talked about English versus metric measurement. This is from Bernie Walter. He says, I agree that the metric is superior. It also got me thinking about the English system. When you were a kid in school, they did an exercise in non-standard measurement. You would trace the shortest kid and then use the trace as a measurement tool. The English measurement is the biggest and most adopted non-standard measurement system on Earth. The comedian Lisa Schlesinger said it best, quote, "The English measurement system is based on a dream," unquote. Love the shows. Bernie. Well, all right, there you go.
Yeah, I agree. We had a trivia. We played a game the other night called Half Truth. This was a gift from Dr. Jerry Tolbert back there, Kickstarter, and did a bonus purchase or something and got a second copy of it, which he sent to me, which is really cool. And it's a game that was designed by Ken Jennings, and one of the guys who's done things like he's worked on the Magic the Gathering team, and I want to say Robo Rally and stuff like that. So he's really big in as far as like the board game community. And then Ken Jennings, of course, is Jeopardy savant.
Oh yeah.
And one of our questions was
Jeopardy savant.
Which of these are actual metric units or metric measurements? And it was things like drams, picas, watts, amps, things like that. And did you know that watts and amps are both metric?
I did not know that. So we've been using metric in those ways all this time, and I always thought it was something else. I don't know what I thought. Kelvins or something.
Yeah.
I don't know what I thought.
Right, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, Richard Garfield, that's exactly it, Winmagus, thank you. Yeah, Richard Garfield, boy, incredible resume on this guy.
I know that guy. Why do I know that name?
He created Magic the Gathering.
Oh, that's why. Okay.
Yeah.
That's totally
that's
the
part
case.
I mentioned that he was involved with it. I didn't realize that he actually created it, but he created Robo Rally. He created the Star Wars trading card game, Artifact.
He also did
Keyforge, Netrunner.
He was hired by Valve to do that. What was that game that failed miserably? Their card game. Crap. The one based on Dota. Can't remember the name now. Crap. Anyway, that one
I don't know.
Didn't do well.
Not Minions and
No. It's
a card game that's
single word Artifact. That's it.
Oh, Artifact. Okay, that is mentioned here. Yeah, digital trading card game. I didn't realize that was. I guess that's based on the Dota 2 universe. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, that thing completely crashed out and did not go well. But which is too bad because that guy's great. And he claims that there was a lot of problems like working with them and stuff. So who knows? But they're maybe redoing that game. But yeah, Richard Garfield. For some reason in my head, I was thinking of Richard or who's the guy that made Ultima? Richard Garriott is who I was thinking of. Richard Garriott. Wrong guy. All right.
There you go. Cool. So there you go. There's a metric talk for you.
Well done. That's what I like to hear. All right, you guys.
Argue about that in the chat room for a while.
Yeah, talk about metric. Go metric versus the thing. I'm gonna lay this out one more time just to make perfect sense of this. Okay?
Oh no.
No, it's okay. All I'm gonna do is just explain it, and that's the end of it.
Okay.
Nick was diagnosed with generalized anxiety disorder, GAD, as it's known for short.
I hear Josh has GAD.
Yeah, Josh Gad has GAD. He might actually. I don't know.
He actually might. Yeah.
I have it, so I know how it feels. He talked to a professional in such an area who said, yeah, I will sign a thing saying that you are allowed an emotional support animal. He now has an emotional support animal for a legitimate diagnosed condition. He just was able to do it outside of the shitty system. And now he can have a dog in his apartment.
There you go.
Done. That's the story. That's it.
There you go.
All right, let's move on to this.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I must go take my vitamins. Your news has upset me greatly.
It's time for the news, and it's brought to you by...
Brought to you by Shop Coconuts, the website where you can pick up that gray 2020 Sucks t-shirt that I wore yesterday on the show. ShopCoconuts.com. Don't everybody go there at once, apparently. Slow down. Everybody with the last name that begins with A through F, go there during the 9 o'clock hour. G through Z. ShopCoconuts.com.
Nice. I want that shirt.
It's a great show.
Florida TV reporter credits viewer with noticing her cancerous lump on her neck.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
This just in. Take it out.
Yeah, get rid of that. Television news reporter in Florida is credited with an eagle-eyed viewer for noticing a lump on her neck and emailing her that she should get it checked out. Victoria Price, reporter for the WFLA in Tampa, followed the advice and was diagnosed with cancer shortly thereafter. Price tweeted that she's undergoing surgery on Monday to remove the tumor, her thyroid, and a couple of lymph nodes. Ooh, the whole shebang there. That's no good.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the lymph nodes, those can spread the cancer through your system. Tina had lymph nodes taken out when she had her lumpectomy from her cancer deal.
So wait, don't you need that? I thought you needed. I don't know anything
those
about them.
filter. I mean, basically those. I don't know if they filter, but I mean, basically, stuff going from one part of your body to other parts of your body go through the lymph nodes, and if there's the danger of cancer spreading to those, then you got to take them out. And so she had the lymph nodes taken out on one side, so she can't get like flu shots only on one side of her body now.
Wow.
Yeah.
And if you take all of them out?
Yes, exactly. Newcomb describes it right. They act as garbage collection nodes. It's pretty much it. But she still has them in the other side of her body, and it's just really the ones closest to the armpit, closest to the breast that had the lump.
Oh yeah, they're super populated there, right? Like that's where some of your major stuff is. So
yeah.
So if you remove half, can you can never not have, you have to have some, right? Or can you have every lymph node taken out of your body?
I don't know. That's a good question. I think the more you have taken out, the more you're in danger, the more you're immune compromised, and that's part of her immune compromised situation is the fact that she doesn't have lymph nodes in one side of her side of her body. But I imagine if you have them all taken out, you just basically have to be extremely careful. Yeah, she can't go into hot tubs. Same as Nomic. Can't do hot tubs. I didn't know about the grapefruit. I wonder if Tina shouldn't have grapefruit either.
Why not hot tubs or grapefruit? Is the heat a problem?
The heat might be a problem.
Or is it chlorine?
Yes, because it has to. Right, she can go in a swimming pool, but I don't know if she can go in like a hot springs pool if it's over a certain temperature. But it is heat related as opposed to bacteria frappe related.
Wow, that's hardcore, dude.
Yeah.
I was not aware of that.
Yeah.
And the
I don't know about the grapefruit though.
Yeah.
But that's interesting. That makes me want to make sure that she finds out if that's a problem or not, because it could be.
And would other citrusy fruits be a problem as well, or just, I don't know why that would even be.
Grapefruit.
Really weird.
I know my uncle can't have grapefruit anymore, and he had, but he didn't have cancer. He had oh shoot, I should know this, and I should know this because Aunt Barb is listening. She gave me a lot of heat this weekend because I call her Aunt Barb.
Aunt Barb.
She even signed my birthday card, Aunt Barb.
Wait, how did she convey that? Just caps?
All caps.
Okay. And you knew immediately what she was doing when you saw it.
That's right. It's a medication that he's on that grapefruit interacts with, and I can't remember what exactly it was, but so he can't do bacteria. She's gonna call me later and clarify 8 things that I got wrong in this whole medical discussion. So maybe we should go back to the news reporter.
We'll definitely do that. I did notice this yesterday. I was watching I don't know what I was watching. Some video somebody sent me, and it was a video of a monkey eating grapes, and it was great. It was one of those little monkeys that ended up dying and because I ate the dates before Indiana Jones had a chance to eat it.
Yeah, was that a rhesus monkey?
Is that what they're called? I don't know. The little tiny monkey with a little diaper on.
Brian Dunaway would call it a Reese's monkey.
Yeah, a Reese's monkey. But one of those little itty bitty ones, and it's this adorable little monkey, and he's just eating grapes. And he sent the video because it's cute of this monkey eating grapes.
Yeah.
And then for some reason, I'm just sitting there, and everyone, or Kim and two of my kids are over, and I just pipe up out of nowhere. How come monkeys can eat grapes and dogs can't? Nobody can answer it. Nobody knows why.
Oh, really? It's because dogs choke on it because of the skin. I think if you're like a little monkey and you're like eating, you're not swallowing it whole or gulping it down. And I think there is something in the skin of a grape too that's bad for dogs.
Something that doesn't work with their digestion or something.
Something that doesn't work with their digestive system. I think. I don't think it's just the fact that they swallow it whole. Yeah, toxic.
Oh, really? Okay. Well, yeah, I've always just heard don't feed grapes to your dog, but then I just thought, well, if you can't feed them to the dog, what's the difference between the dog and a monkey? But then I thought, well, geez, what's the difference between a monkey and me?
What's the difference between a dog and a monkey?
Find out next.
Yeah, chemicals in the grape that screw up the dog stuff. And Bobby Franks, it's in the skin, right? It's in the skin of the grape, I think, or is it in the? I guess.
It's not in the skin.
Chewy 2000 says grapes and raisins are known to be highly toxic to dogs, though research has yet to pinpoint exactly which substance in the fruit causes this reaction.
Oh, but even in its dried raisin form, it's no good. Okay.
Well, maybe, yeah.
My dog would eat raisins if I put them in front of her, I guarantee it, so we will not do that. Mm-hmm. There was a time where I thought she got a hold of a chicken leg and ate the whole chicken leg. And that's bad because they splinter, those bones.
Yeah, the bones, yeah.
Oh, exactly. I was so stressed out about that. But then later we found the bone. She had eaten the meat off of it and left the bone somewhere and didn't eat the bone, so we were okay. Ugh, that was a bad day, though. And chocolate. What's the deal with chocolate?
What's the deal with chocolate? Yeah, coffee.
Oh, they can't do coffee? I didn't know that.
No, if you drop like coffee beans on the floor, it's bad.
What happens then?
They get really overexcited and jittery. No, I don't know the specifics, but it's kind of like the same thing as the chocolate. Maybe it's caffeine or something, but it can screw them up.
Yeah, I could see that.
Dark chocolate, especially. Oh, look at this. So here we go. Here's the list from Pops and Recline. Alcohol, bad to give your pet. Well, duh. Avocado, don't give it to birds, rabbits, donkeys, horses, and ruminants, including sheep and goats.
What's a ruminant? Well, I've never heard that before.
Is the animal family that includes sheep and goats.
I've never heard that term. Ruminant.
Ruminants.
Okay. Then you got to get specific. Sir, what kind of ruminant are you looking for? Oh, a goat. I'd like a goat.
Right.
Yeah.
Maresy notes and dozy notes, but don't give your sheep avocado.
Man.
Yeah, chocolate, coffee, caffeine, bad for pets. Citrus, bad for pets.
Citrus, really?
Yeah, stems, leaves, peels, fruit, and seeds of citrus plants. Saul Rosenberg. So I can't give my pet the stems, leaves, peels, fruit, and seeds.
It's perfect for him. It's perfect.
Coconut oil, grapes and raisins. Kidney failure for grapes and raisins. Macadamia nuts, weakness, depression, vomiting, tremors, and hypothermia in dogs. Milk and dairy, nuts, onions, garlic, and chives, raw or undercooked meat, eggs, and bones, salt and salty snack foods. Jeez.
Yeah. That's gnarly.
Wow. Yeast dough.
Whoa, really?
Yeah, yeast dough can rise.
Be careful. What about bread that's yeasty? Just like
I think bread is once it's cooked probably is okay.
All right. This is good. Yeah. We're educating dog owners everywhere today. This is good.
Yeah. We do give popcorn to Daisy, and I'm seeing that maybe we shouldn't because it's saying. I mean, we don't go crazy with the salt, so I know that salt isn't very good, so we don't go crazy with the salt on the popcorn. But maybe we need to stop doing that too.
Yeah, you never know. Speaking of things you shouldn't feed your dog, someone in the chat brought up Norman.
Don't feed Norman to your dog.
Yeah, it says here if Boomer gets depressed, can we give Norman to Boomer as a emotional support animal?
It's kind of funny because that really is what Inara. We knew that Ruby, our chocolate lab, was aging and starting to have some health issues, and so one of the reasons we got Inara was to have a companion for Daisy.
Mm.
And Inara takes to that job more seriously than any other thing that she does.
Wow.
When Daisy is stressed out, shivering, fireworks, thunder, anything like that, Inara just goes over to her, rubs back and
Aw.
paces back and forth and kind of rubs on
That's so
her.
cute.
Yeah, I've gotten it on video. It is the most adorable thing. And
I love that.
I don't know if it helps, but it freaks Daisy out in different ways. Like, why is the cat doing this?
Oh,
Is she gonna tenderize me to eat me?
Guess it depends on. Yeah, the dog's reaction is important in this case, I think. If they're willing to let the cat do that or not. But this would never happen between Ranger and Carter's cat. There's no way it would happen. But
No, it'd be total have problems with it. No, you spelled it right, Claire Gack. It's Inara, like
the
Space Hooker Inara from Firefly.
Yeah, Space Hooker Inara.
Of this little
Oh, there she is. Yeah.
bobblehead. Hi.
Hi, I'm here to do sex things for you.
50 space credits.
Yeah, that's all I need for my sex things I do.
Around the world is a whole new meeting.
Meet me in my ship. I was going to say one other thing about Norman. He didn't, we don't have Norman anymore. So I thought I told this on the show. Maybe I didn't. But
The snake? Yeah.
we got we had an insurance tester. I swear I told this story. But anyway, had somebody come out and do blood tests for the insurance thing.
Yeah.
A year and a half ago, whatever it was. And she raises and keeps ball pythons, has a ton of them, and loves them. And was really into them. And at the time, we were like, well, we're kind of just feeding him, holding him once in a while. And then if a kid comes over, he'll want to touch the snake. But really, that's the life of Norman, and it's kind of not fun for him.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think anyway. And so she says, well, we'd be happy to add him to our, to our little farm of snakes. And I said, well, then here you go. And we said our goodbyes, had a long, tearful hug with Norman, and then sent him on his way.
Aw.
Yeah.
He went to live in a farm upstate.
Yeah. Yeah.
But really did.
I'm
Yeah,
told
my
he's
mom.
doing
My mom,
good,
when
so.
we got rid of one of my cats when I was a kid, and she said, "Yeah, we sent him up to live in a farm out east. You can't say upstate in
No.
Colorado. You got to go, out east to the plains." And it turns out it really was. I asked her later. I said, "Was that just a thing you said to, as a kid because you had her put down and you said live in a farm out east?"
Yeah.
No. She really went to live on a farm out east where she's catching mice and having a great time, and
Oh, like literally did the thing. That's great.
literally, yes.
Nothing
Yeah.
wrong with that. It's like
Gave her
we're-
the opportunity to come clean, and she said, "No, nothing to come clean about. It's the truth."
Yep. I don't have any. As far as I know, we didn't. Oh, we did have the one. We were taking one of the kids' cats that was a feral, angry piece of shite. This cat was such a brat. Well, it's really pet day here on TMS, isn't it? Anyway.
It is, yes.
I think I told this story. Did I? I took this cat.
I don't know.
I was
what?
gonna-
We get new listeners all the time. We're going to repeat when we need
that's
to.
true. We're getting to the point where we're starting wondering what film sack movies we've done or not.
Yeah.
But I'm driving this cat up. If anyone lives in the Lehigh area here in Utah, you know that long Lehigh kind of highway that goes straight through Lehigh before all the new highways are put in. So that was the only way you could get in and out of there from Eagle Mountain. Anyway, I'm driving along that way, and we're going to take it and give it to somebody who wanted the cat. They're like, yeah, we'd love to have this extra cat. We're like, great, we'll bring it to you. Because the kids aren't taking good care of it, and he's a brat, and he tears everything up, and he's just kind of a turd. And so I had him in the car, and I'm driving down the road, and it's in the middle of the summer, and my AC in my old Honda Civic didn't work great, so I had the windows down, and they're just kind of blowing, and I'm playing music. I think I even remember I was playing like CCR or something, some classic rock.
I remember this story.
And we're going, I'm ripping down the thing. I think you did. I think at least I've told you somewhere, maybe here.
Yes, yeah.
And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, doing about 30, 35 down the road, the cat fires over my lap, out my window, and into a bunch of bushes. Just gone. Just pure. And
Saw that bush coming and said, "I think I can do this. I
Yeah.
think I can make a break for it." Yes.
And there were tons of cars behind me, all going the same speed limit. I'm like, what am I supposed to do? There's nothing to do. That cat is gone. He hated us anyway. He was always trying to run away. That was it. He was out. He left. So we told the kids that he made it. I think I told the kids they were really little. I said, I think we made it I said, we found a new home. He's doing good. And I had on my Santa liar pants, going on. And then in the end, I look at Kim. I'm like, oh my gosh, let this please never come out that the cat jumped out and ran on his own. They have since been informed. They're old enough now to understand. It all worked out. But I think I have told this story before. I can't remember.
'Cause I'm the kitty stunt man that makes Eastwood look so fine.
Yes, City, and the time I threw a cat out the window.
That's
one way to interpret it.
Yeah, it's sure.
Yeah. All right.
It's in talking about we were talking about like forgetting. We're pretty soon we're going to be asking what Film Shack movies we done this weekend. Same time that George and Barb were over, and we're playing that Half Truth game.
Mm-hmm.
I called my Echo Show Electra, and I could not get the real name into my head for whatever reason. I had the worst brain fart. I'm like, Electra.
Oh, you should train it to do it that way, though. That's great.
It is probably close enough.
Let's see. Let me try it. Electra. Oh, it worked. Cancel.
Yeah.
Yeah, it totally worked.
That's why Daredevil can't have an Echo Show.
No kidding. Hey, a word he has to call her.
He has to say a word, yes.
Oh, that's really good.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to tell you this one final story about Elon Musk.
Sure.
He's in the news. He's a famous
Musk.
rich guy with like some cool ideas and some nutty tweets. Okay.
He's kind of the closest thing we have to the potential origin story of a supervillain in America.
Kind of, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see how it plays out over time.
He's just a shit tweet away from being Lex Luthor.
That's right. Well, check this out. Egypt, the country of Egypt, told Elon Musk its pyramids were not built by aliens. They told him that because he had suggested maybe they were. SpaceX boss has tweeted what appeared to be support for conspiracy theorists who say aliens were involved in the colossal construction effort of the Egyptian pyramids. But Egypt's international cooperation minister does not want them taking any of the credit. She says seeing the tombs of the pyramids builders would be proof. I think she might be taking the troll tweet a little too seriously. But anyway.
A little bit, yes, exactly.
Goes on to say the tombs discovered in the 1990s are definitive evidence. The experts say that the magnificent structures were indeed built by ancient Egyptians. Here was his tweet exactly by the word. Egypt bent pyramids open to visitors. The weird and wonderful life of Elon. Oh, no, that's a headline. Sorry.
No, it's the tweet is just underneath it.
Aliens built the pyramids, obviously, he wrote, which has been retweeted more than 84,000 times. Egypt's Minister of International Cooperation said on Twitter that she admired Mr. Musk's work. Mr. Musk's work. Mr. Muck. But she urged him to further explore evidence about the building of the structures built by four pharaohs of Egypt. Are there people that really believe this? I know as I asked that,
I'm sure there are people who think that. There are people who think that aliens built the pyramids. Sure,
it's because they all saw Stargate and couldn't get it out of their head.
That's right. I forgot that was the plot, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was the idea. They all came. They were ships, I guess, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they were just derelict ships that never got off the ground again or whatever, or they're sitting in wait until the one day that they'll rise.
Waiting for gas, basically, space gas.
All right, yeah. There's always weirdos out there, is what we know. It's what we've learned.
And Stonehenge is a time travel device.
That's what I've been told. All right, we're gonna take a break. When we come back, Bill Duran will be here. We got Jerry. We're gonna talk about that TikTok thing all week. That was like, are they gonna ban it in the States? Are they not gonna ban it? Now Microsoft might buy it, but the government wants a piece of the sale. There's like all these weird things going on. Gonna get his take on that and anything else he feels like talking about, and a bonus mashup today. Very excited about this one. It might have something. Let's say it rhymes with Schmerd Schmiegel, the Schmoffit of the Schmen Times.
Oh, I was really having a hard time figuring out what Schmerd Schmiegel meant until you said that. Okay, that's Schmerd Schmiegel.
Oh, that Schmerd Schmiegel.
That's Schmerd Schmiegel.
That's pretty good. All right. Well, hey, song then, yeah? You got one there?
Yeah. This one comes to us courtesy of Black Panda Pete.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
It's one of the Japanese models.
Is my heart in it? I think my heart's in it. I think my heart's in it. This is the morning stream.
We are back, everybody. Welcome back. I want to make a quick shout out to Mikey BC14 in the chat room, who sent me the coolest thing. Now, technically, this is a Christmas ornament, Brian.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
but it's
I saw
so
the
much
tweet
more.
about this thing. Very cool.
It's a little tiny joust machine, and you might think, "Oh, that's cool," but does it do anything? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
And is it totally playable, or is that just a light inside that shows the screen?
Just a light inside, not playable. Joysticks would break if you moved them, but it's like this perfect, like, scale
so
replica
cool.
of my favorite arcade machine in the history of arcades.
I'm guessing it won't be too long before New Wave Toys creates a joust. I guess they're I guess they're not sticking with the Atari, because Dragon's Lair wasn't Atari, was it?
No, that was definitely not Atari.
Yeah.
I would love that. So Brian very kindly, as a gift, once sent me his version of the Tempest one he has, and I have it back here. My dream, more than an actual full-size, full-room arcade full of classic arcade games, would be a scale model of a room full of classic arcade games.
Yeah, with that size, right? I've got the.
Oh, I would die.
You saw my change machine back there too, right?
Yes, and that is way, for whatever reason, that's way more interesting to me than a full blown arcade, because I just know how at some point I'm going to be like, well, I'm not going to play these that often. I just want to have it, right? So if I could take a table and just do like people do with train sets or whatever, but just make an ultra realistic space and just put machine. Oh, I would love that.
Yeah.
Like just fire it all up, have all the sound going.
Have a carpet, really loud neon carpet in there, and
I want to do it. Maybe if they make more of these, maybe this is the size I go with, because these will be easier for me to get. But I don't know if there's like a ton of these being made or not. But
there's there's this other size too.
Is there like something in between?
No, it's a little bit smaller, but these are like keychains.
Oh yeah, those are a little smaller.
And they are actually playable. Like, let me turn this guy on. Here's Frogger.
Oh yeah, Frogger.
Like the loading screen is starting up here, and
I'd want to make a diorama of the guy from Fargo pulling the Frogger across the street in New York City from that Seinfeld episode.
Right.
That's what I do.
Dig Dug. I haven't turned it on, but anyway, these are keychains you can get, and they've got Pac-Man, Ms. Pac-Man, Galaga. What's that one over there? Space Invaders. God, that sounds so accurate. Sounds so much like the real thing.
I freaking love it. So Mike, you're the man. Thank you. This was one of my favorite things I ever got. I love it, and I want to get more of these. I got to figure out a way to get a whole arcade going. Anyway, the best part about the one you gave me, the Tempest, is that this guy. Where is he?
Oh yeah.
I have the perfect height stormtrooper for
right. Yeah, my 3D printed Brian actually is the right size to play that Tempest.
That's awesome. Is that the one with the wiener you had to grind down?
Yeah, I had to grind down the wiener.
Grind down the wiener. See here, chat. See, here's the Tempest, and here's the perfect height.
It's so accurate.
Stormtrooper.
With Vegas, I did actually make an arcade in my my upstairs in my house in Animal Crossing is an arcade. So I've got all the pinball machines. I've got the.
Mine's a basement one.
Is it?
Yeah, it's okay. I like
basement
it.
is where I put my turnips, although I haven't bought turnips.
I'm out of the turnip game for a while. I'm not. I finished. I stopped chasing that shiny bauble because it was just like, do I really need this extra money? I really don't.
Right. No, I mean I've got 24 million bells. I don't need to play the turnip game.
Yeah. Well, anyway, Stormtroopers.
Speaking of the turnip game,
let's
talk to Bill.
Let's turn up for what? I know, Bill Duran. That's who. Let's get him in here. Get him on the air. Get talking to him. Always fun. Always good. Where's his thing? Right here.
Your bat cave's open there, Bill.
Bill Duran joins us as he does every Tuesday from punishprops.com and from Seattle, Washington. Bill, welcome to the show. How are you?
Hello. It's August, and I am not scrambling to finish something for Dragon Con.
Oh, yeah. This would normally...
you know, a nice change this year, right?
I'm kind of okay with that.
Yeah. Maybe one time off is okay. Like, this really would be crunch time, though, for you, wouldn't it?
Sure would be.
Yeah. When is
but
it?
yeah,
What time of year is it normally? End of August, the final week, or I don't remember when they usually.
Yeah. Labor Day weekend.
And did they decide to do any kind of digital thing this year, or whatever?
Sure. I mean, everyone's doing that. So we'll see.
Yeah.
But no, I got other things I'm working on, which is really good.
Yeah, that's great.
And I'm not scrambling for that, which is great.
Great. Tell us all about it. What's happening in your little lair right now?
Well, I have been making a lot of things in Animal Crossing. Finally jumped on the train like a week ago. And I don't know if you guys have heard, but it's a pretty good game.
Yeah, it's great.
Yes.
It's been a bit of an obsession for us since March. So
yeah.
It's pretty awesome.
We're both Brittany and I are into that and very much enjoying it.
Wow, very good.
But what I wanted to talk about today, though, was art school, because something I get asked a lot from young people trying to get into prop and costume making, potentially as a career. They want to know if they should go to school for that, or what major should they get into for prop making. And I would like to expand that to a bigger question. Just, should I go to art school? Any creative young person's thinking, should I go to art school? I'd like to tackle that because I went to art school. And I know both of you guys have at least some formal training in the arts.
In the arts.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I went to, and my college time wasn't specific art school, but it's all I did at the school was art stuff. They had a pretty good program. So, yeah. I feel you.
So my quick take, and I'll get into a little bit deeper, but my quick take is that if you're going into art school, if you're considering it, two things. One, understand what it is that you expect to get out of the experience before you sign up, right? So that could be a degree, right?
Could be.
A lot of people are like, that's why I want to go to school.
Sure.
It's not the only reason to go to school. It could be, I would like to make more friends who are into the stuff I'm into.
Sure.
That's another good reason.
Yeah, that's a good good place to find
networking.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, I know when I was definitely one of the arty type people in my high school, and there were only a handful of us. But when I went to college, that's specifically art school, that's everyone there was the arty kid from their school, which was really neat. And I found companionship quite quickly that way. College is also generally a pretty safe place for you to try lots of things and fail, right? You don't need, if you're staying on campus, room and board is already, sure you may owe it, but it's paid for. So you're not like trying to make a living with your art before you really honed your craft and needing to make a living so that you can like pay your rent or anything. At least in college, you can experiment with what sort of art you want to make. You don't have to make a living at it, and you're not going to run out of food or a place to sleep.
That's a good point.
You may also just want to live somewhere that isn't your hometown for a while. These are all things, and there are many other things you can get out of a college experience. These are just some of the things that I found were valuable to me. The other thing I like to point out is don't spend a lot of money. Don't spend a lot of money on art school.
Yeah.
Just
late.
don't. Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah. We always say it's like that's what my advice about weddings is always like have something small, save the money for a better vacation or a better honeymoon or whatever.
Yeah.
Like don't go too nuts. And no one ever takes that advice until it's over, and then they go, "Oh, I wish we would have eloped." Everyone says it. They're like, we can't really keep any of that. And it turns out it's more for your parents anyway. So it's a little bit like that. And if Justin were here, he would actually, if I had to guess based on previous conversations on this show, would say, don't go to college at all because it's a giant racket. Now, I've always said, depending on your pursuits, I'm of the belief that if you can get some art school / art college in, there's way more value in it than just I'm going to walk away here with a degree and therefore better job prospects because you learn stuff.
I will say, and this is probably the most important thing, the school, whatever school you go to, unless you have a professor or someone who just cares a lot, the school is not going to make sure that you get the value you need out of the experience. That's on you. As the student, it is definitely your responsibility to make sure that you are getting out of what you're paying for make sure you're getting what you need.
Yeah.
Those things, a degree, friends, a place to fail, all those things are things that if you want to get those out of the experience, it's on your shoulders to make sure it happens. Because if you just go and do your classes and think that, hey, they're just going to feed me all the knowledge I need, that's not the case. Again, unless I had one professor who's still a very, very good friend of mine, Sven, who was really, really great. And he tried really hard to make sure we got a lot of good value out of our experience. But he was one out of the dozens of professors I had that cared that much.
Did he ever say, Bill, you must stop making a 3D animated a penis? Did he ever say that?
No, he didn't.
Okay. All right. He let you make 3D animated penises with impunity. Just keep
with
making them.
impunity. In fact, that pirate animation I showed a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Watch it again.
Okay.
Look for the penises.
Oh no.
3D penis impunity.
Oh no, there's like hidden Easter egg
like
penises.
Like a Hirschfeld drawing.
Yeah.
So here's a quick down on my college experience. I wanted to go to like the Art Institute schools, or I wanted to go to the Savannah College of Art and Design because they were flashy and exciting and cool and private. But the Art Institute of Pittsburgh was like $30,000 a semester, and it was like 3 semesters a year for 3 years or something like that. I would have owed $250,000 or something at the end of it. And my parents are like, well, do you have $250,000? I'm like, well, no. And then they said, well, how many student loans have you applied for? I said, 0. And they're like, okay, well, you can't go there.
Yeah.
So I went to SUNY school, State University of New York. I went to 2 different SUNY schools.
Mm-hmm.
The first one was they had a 2-year computer art program that was supposed to turn into a 4-year program while I was there. It did not.
It didn't? Why didn't it? What happened? It seems like big plan to not follow through on that. That's weird.
So when I visited the school when I was a senior in high school, this guy, I can't even remember his name, the guy in charge of the program was there. He showed me the whole school. He talked up. He was into it. He was that guy that cared.
Yeah.
And and he's like, and you guys are going to be the first class of this 4-year computer art program. It's going to be amazing. Everyone that comes through his program is going to go work for Pixar. And I was like, hell yeah, that's me. Mm-hmm. When I got there in the fall, he had quit.
Oh no.
Oh wow! Did he get a job at Pixar?
I don't know. I have no idea what happened to the guy. But he was our advocate, and he was gone. Now, grown-up Bill would immediately go to the administration place and be like, "Yo, give me my money back because I was sold a bill of goods that's gone."
Yeah.
But I didn't know. I was 18. I was like, I guess I'll just do my thing.
Yeah.
Our last semester there, we went to the new guy in charge. We're like, yo, is this happening? We need to know what we're doing next year. And he was like, oh, no, it's not happening. So we scrambled. Brittany and I and a couple of our friends transferred to another school that had a 4-year degree in computer art. Now, this is general computer art, not anything specific.
Right.
So again, we were able to transfer everything to another SUNY school, and I finished and got my degree there, and that's where I met my buddy Sven.
Yeah.
Now, a couple things I wish I had gotten out of it. I wish I had done more art and less of other things. I had to take U.S. history again. I had already taken it twice in high school. Happened to fail it once. That was on me. But I didn't need to take U.S. history a 3rd time. It would have been much better if I had used that time to, say, take a class on how to earn a living with my art. That was another thing. I wish I had taken classes or learned more about how to get a job with my art. And I wish I had taken a couple classes on just the basics of running a business.
Yeah, business classes, I that is another regret of mine. I wish I would have done it. At the time, it was like, I'm not going to need that. That looks terrible, boring, lame. It would have really benefited me. It would have helped.
Yeah.
So
I definitely left college wanting, but I didn't really know that until like 15 years later. I had a great time in college. I did learn a lot. A lot of the technical stuff I learned about computer art, specifically 3D modeling and all of that, I didn't learn from the school. I learned that from the internet and my friends. So there are part of me that thinks maybe instead of transferring to another school, my friends and I should have just gone and rented a house together and just practiced our art for 2 years. It would have been cheaper.
I'm sure you guys would have done that. You would have been very, very disciplined about just practicing art and not like party.
Well, those group of friends did the four of us did move into a house after college, and we did party a lot, and we did play a lot of video games, but we did also work on our art, and then eventually moved to Seattle, where 3 of them worked for Bungie. So,
Nice.
Oh, wow.
yeah. So, I do regret not practicing my art more then. That is for sure.
Sure.
Now, would I do it again? The big question. Would I go through the college thing again? Yes. I met my wife and my best friends in college, and it was worth it for that alone. Also, my schools were super cheap. I think by the end, I did have to take out student loans. By the end of college, I owed about $10,000, and I have since paid that off. So I know that a lot of people aren't in that boat, and I am glad that I am.
Yeah.
So I didn't get all the value out of college that I now wish I had.
Yeah.
But at least I didn't spend a ton of money on it.
Yeah.
So I feel kind of lucky.
You got a nice in the middle kind of arrangement. You know what I mean? Like not eternal debt, a good experience, maybe stuff you should have done but didn't do, little regrets, lots of it's good. That's where I'm at too. That's how I feel about it.
Yeah. I had a lot of fun. I played a lot of Counter-Strike.
Yeah. That's how it's supposed to be.
I had a lot of really good experiences. I played in a cover band for like a week. It was so much fun. And I would pay the 10 or 20 grand to have that experience again.
All right.
So that was worth it for me, but it
maybe
it
just
didn't
not
do
all
a
up
whole
front.
lot. It didn't do a whole lot for my art. That's all.
Yeah, which is the ironic part, because
Yeah.
that's what you were going for. Yeah.
So as a young person looking to get into art as a career, just do lots of art. Really find a safe place to fail, where you can hone your craft and make a name for yourself. So maybe that's a college, maybe that's a cheap college, even a community college, or maybe you and your friends just rent a house, get part-time jobs, and fill your free time practicing your craft. Like, there are a lot more options out there to consider. And maybe do that for a little while and then decide to go to art school. But just remember what value it is you want to extract out of the experience, and make sure that you are being responsible for doing that extraction.
Nice. Well done. This is good advice for everyone listening. Bill, as always, you leave us with a little tidbit, like a little morsel, a little dessert, a little wafer, wafer mint at the end of the meal. What do you got today?
The puppet maker and performer Barnaby Dixon put out a little video. He made a new puppet. It's a little fish. So if you look up Tiny Glowing Fish on YouTube, or Barnaby Dixon, Dixon, you'll see he made a puppet that is a little fish that he puppets from above.
Like a marionette.
So that he can drop it down into a fish tank and swim it around and film it from the side.
Oh, very
I
nice.
just thought that was so clever.
Yeah, look at that. It's like a little marionette thing, and then he's working it there. Oh, that's pretty cool.
That's cool. He's great with the movements too.
Yeah, and he's so good. If you haven't watched the rest of his puppets, just dive in that rabbit hole this afternoon and enjoy it.
It looks like it's glow in the dark, or I guess it's black light.
Yeah.
Lit, as opposed to having like a batteries and LEDs or something. And it's very cool.
The chat room suggests, Lassard suggests you just use it to freak out the other fish in your tank. So.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Totally good. They're like going to be like tucked in the corners as far away from this thing as they can get.
Yeah, seems like the right thing to do. Bill Duran, always talking to you is always the right thing to do, and we're glad to have you here. Punishprops.com, of course. Chin Beard on Twitter. We will see you next week, sir. Have a fantastic week.
Take it easy, guys.
Bye now.
Bye.
We kind of went Skypey at the end.
Yeah.
All right, Justin Robert Young in the wings, ready to blow our minds with his hot takes and his amazing things to say.
The jury will now enter.
That's right.
These are their stories.
Oh, I'm terrible with names.
Justin Robert Young joining us from the West Coast is the best coast. Justin, welcome to the show. Welcome back to Tuesday. How are you?
Hello, friends. How are you?
I'm all right.
Good. And
Doing
you have
okay.
been changing your studio, your background.
Oh yeah, you've been. I saw you walking yesterday. You were like walking around like Jim Cramer. It was great.
Oh yeah, we are in full metamorphosis here on the Justin R. Young channel, doing some rebranding, and we are changing the set. I do want to take it a little bit more in an active direction because I feel like the show's better, and I like doing it more.
Yeah, opens up that diaphragm, they say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Walking around, you can think more while you're walking around.
Yeah, it's a much more physical Justin. You'll see that later today when we throw it over to him after the show. So stick around.
Physical Justin.
That's it. Yeah, come on.
Physical
Get,
justice.
I'm like a thirst trap with political opinions.
That's right. Twitch.tv/ThirstyJustin. No, don't look that up. All right. So, hey, Justin's here. We're going to talk about some stuff. He is our voice of political reason. Comes on Tuesdays. We talk about issues in the political sphere that happen to be going on. I think we should probably talk about this TikTok thing because it it's become the week's biggest. Well, not the biggest
it's
story,
going to tremendously affect Scott's entertainment.
I mean, I will admit, I will admit, I am an avid user of the service. I like TikTok, and I like it because it gives me the stuff I think is funny, and it seems to give it to me endlessly. So when I'm really in a bummer mood and I just want to go sit on the porch and scroll through something that makes me smile, I get funny dogs, funny cats, babies that crack me up. Like, the algorithm knows what I think is funny. Like, that literally worked. I think we've talked about this a little bit with you before, but it worked for me. So people think it's just dancing teens. Sure, I guess your first couple of days will be, but depending on what you actually like, they've figured out a way to give it to you. Now, we can get into all the ins and outs about your security breach of perpetrator. Like, we can go all the way down that thing if we want. But it's more interesting, I think, to talk about this idea that for at least a hot minute, it was looking like the U.S. government, in particular Trump, had said to the press pool aboard Air Force One that he was going to ban and the rumors were true. He was going to ban the app in the U.S. And then he didn't because the word is people around him are like, whoa, slow down. Maybe this Microsoft thing would be good. Also, there's a lot of pro-Trump people on the service who are not going to be happy about us shutting it down. Blah 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 blah. And now they're not doing it. And the only weird twist about it now is there's still the looming threat of it. Like, we'll see. Like, maybe if Microsoft buys it, then maybe we won't ban it. So they're not like throwing the ban option out the window entirely. But then also suggested
no. They've said it's September 15th. It's gone unless it's bought by an American company.
Oh, okay. So I missed that part. All right. So there's an ultimatum. There's a time. There's all that.
Yeah.
And then he also said in a press conference, he thinks the federal government should get a cut of the deal, which I think is a really weird thing to ask, but also a very Trumpy thing to ask.
A key money element of it, which, to be honest, I will kind of end my commentary on that part here because I don't know what the hell that means either. Is that a direct payment to the federal government? Like, is it just that they want the money to like stay in America and not get parked offshore like a lot of these tech companies do? Like, there's just a lot that I don't understand. So if you're looking for answers there, I have none for you.
Whoever has answers, let me know, because right now my assumption is it sounds like protection money, or it sounds like I don't know what to call it. It sounds weird. It sounds like a weird
you
deal.
got me.
Yeah, I have no idea either. All right, so back to the point of this though. The political expedience of whether he banned it or not. What do you think that would mean or do? Like, does it even matter? Like, we're talking about an app that is really, and I fully admit as a user of the service, it's just the dumb time. I'm having a dumb time with it. It's not. I never use that app and go, oh man, the world.
I am being so productive right now.
Right. Like, it's just this stupid waste of time.
Yes.
Of which we have many of those things, but why is it such a political hot point? And is it okay? Let me back it up. There's some talk. I just want to throw this in the mix so you can have it as part of your
swear to God, at some point within the next 10 minutes, there'll be a question.
There will be. I have so many. Okay, let me ask you this one. Do you think any of this?
Am I going to have to go in order from the beginning of the rant?
No, you will have full carte blanche after I say this one thing. Do you think it's retaliation for the Oklahoma ticket thing, which was blamed on the low attendance of the Oklahoma event was blamed on TikTok kids and
TikTok teens,
and freaking K-pop fans.
Yes.
Do you think that's the big motivator here? That they're still just sore about that, and it's easy to justify because you can also say, well, and we think the Chinese government, blah blah blah. So your take, Justin, and then you can take this anywhere you want to go.
No.
Okay, thanks, Justin.
Excellent. All right,
That's
we'll talk to you next
my
week.
answer. My answer to do I think this is about the Tulsa rally? No, I don't believe it's about the Tulsa rally. I think the problem with the Tulsa rally was that I don't know if you've heard of this. There's a global crippling death cloud pandemic, and as it turns out, the president's reelection campaign underestimated how much that would make people not want to be in a enclosed structure with 19,000 other screaming people. So I think that's what Tulsa was about. Fake ticket requests have come in before. There's this is not about that. This is about China. Right now, left and right, Democrat and Republican, including leadership of the Democratic Party like Chuck Schumer, are China hawks.
Yeah.
And that is becoming an increasingly popular position, again, across the aisle. People are less and less positive about the Chinese government. And so if that's the case, this is what happens in politics. You say, okay, well, this has now come into favor. All right, people who have been on this thing for longer than it was popular, give us your list of things that you would do. And so that's where, when Trump was running in 2016, it was like, well, China trade deals. We're getting killed on trade deals. We're getting ripped off in terms of intellectual property. We are entering into deals where we are closing factories here so we could use cheap factories there. It's just these long-standing lists of issues with people that have had longer grievances with this than the newcomers to the bandwagon.
Okay.
As far as TikTok goes, look, we just had a 5-hour hearing with 4 of the top CEOs in tech, wherein they all had to explain exactly what they are doing with our data and whether or not it is improper. So graft all those questions onto the idea of now all that data, all that information can go to the Chinese Communist Party. Like that's effectively any question you would have about Facebook, any question you would have about Twitter. There have been points of contention where TikTok was like scraping your clipboard and stuff like that, so it would actually be more onerous in terms of the data that they are scraping, not to mention the location data. And so for China hawks, which again are now kind of in ascendancy, this was something where it was worth nipping it in the bud, and it creates a kind of perfect storm of now, all right, well, you got to sell this thing in by September 15th. And the condition of it is you got to have a place where you got to have a data storage where you're not sharing anything with Beijing, and you have to rewrite the app within, if you're going to not take it down, then you have to rewrite the app in 45 days. So it shares no original code with the first version of it while maintaining all the functionality that the user base likes.
Yeah.
And if that's the case, there's only a few people that could do it. And 2 of them in Google and Facebook probably couldn't buy TikTok because it would be another antitrust, anti-competitive thing. So if that's the case, it really only lays it down to Microsoft, Amazon, and Apple. And at this point, Microsoft seems like they're the furthest along, but Axios reported yesterday that Apple might be interested. And I wouldn't be shocked if Amazon's name is in there by the end of this, considering the fact that that's how Amazon bought Twitch. Was they let things get way advanced in talks with Google, and then they just came in and said, yeah, but if you get bought by Google, you're going to be YouTube Live in a year and a half, and if you come with us, you can still be your own brand.
Yeah, it's interesting to see if any of those other offers might be real. According to Tom Merritt, the internet's tech maven and smart guy.
Yes.
He vetted some information and reported that this company could be valued. The valuation right now, early valuation, would be somewhere in the $50 billion range. $50 billion. Wow. For TikTok. The user base, the breadth and the use of that thing is that big and that valuable. The bank accounts of all the companies you mentioned could all do it, but you're totally right. Like Google does it. they immediately get, especially in Europe, huge spotlight of antitrust stuff happens.
They can't.
Just
Facebook
do
and
it.
Google are out. I mean, they're getting the microscope on buying Instagram 7 years ago. That is not going to happen.
Right. Microsoft doing it makes some sense from the standpoint of they used to be the ire of everybody when it came to antitrust in the 90s and early aughts, and they aren't anymore. So, but they've got the deep pockets for it, so they can totally afford it. And
by the way, it's $50 billion if it were just selling. I got a feeling that when there's a ticking clock on, you're not going to have any U.S. users without people going through a VPN to use it.
Yeah.
That probably makes it a everything must go kind of pricing structure, at least comparatively to if ByteDance were just saying, okay, well, we're just going to, kind of sell it because we think that the price is high enough.
So some outside evidence tells me that if it got banned, there are a whole lot of teens, like their primary base of this app, who are fully prepared with mobile VPN solutions and otherwise to get this done. Like, we are raising Generation Z is going to be the most VPN ready generation of all time. They're gonna own it, man.
It would certainly be a larger spike in it, but there's no doubt that it would kill TikTok.
Oh, it would. It'd be bad.
It would. I mean, it's about ease of use. TikTok's base is there because it's the easiest social media platform to get involved with. You just open the app, and before, it's not asking you what are your interests? Do you like gardening? Do you like Ellen? Do you like basketball? Every other social media platform, you have to go through this little survey to find your true dream match. TikTok is just, first thing, open it up, and it's, A-Rod doing a weird dance. And then it's, some Texas tween telling you about why she hates coffee or something.
Yeah, no, you're right. I mean, that is kind of the experience, and they have made, part of the reason I like it is not only is the content kind of mindless and entertaining, the way you use it is just, oh, I don't like that. Flip. Immediately there's a new thing. Immediately a new thing. Immediately a new thing. Oh, I want to see more of that guy. Swipe left. All right, now I'm looking at all his videos. I'm sick of that guy. Swipe back to the thing. I'm back in my timeline. Okay, cool. Keep scrolling, keep scrolling, keep scrolling. It's just ridiculous that way. And the value in it for somebody like Microsoft, obviously, is just this massive base of users. And
this doesn't happen. Yeah. This has, Tom would really be the expert on this, so you should ask him tomorrow. But in my general understanding of this, something of this size being sold this fast for reasons that are it's going to go away. And whether or not you believe that the U.S. government has the ability to do this, ByteDance believes that they do because they're selling it. If ByteDance believed that they could fight the federal government on this, they would. But as far as that got was ByteDance saying, hey, we'll sell it, but we still want to maintain a percent stake in it. And then when that is Friday, apparently, when Trump came out and said, no, I don't care, you're getting banned, that's when ByteDance was like, fine, we'll sell everything.
Yeah. So none of us are legal scholars, so I don't know. Is this even a thing you can do? It seems like banning the app, if you have enough national security concerns about something like a social media app, then you just tell the two main stores and anybody else, hey, sorry, it's off, you're done. I don't know. How does it go off on my phone? How do they enforce that? I don't understand how any of that works. Maybe you don't know either, and I'm asking.
I don't know. If it comes down to it, I don't know the exact machinations, but national security rules are national security rules, and if there's any companies that know them, it's Google and Apple, because go ahead and take a look at those Snowden slides. It's not like they are unfamiliar with national security rules and the games they have to play with the big boys in terms of data sharing. And I do think that there is a side of this that people can say this is going to China and not America, but it's not like America, our security agencies don't use data from our social networks. And part of that is true. the difference is that
It's us
there
and
is
not them. Is that the difference?
well, no, the difference culturally, the difference is that there's the ability of a Snowden in America.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like whether or not you believe in Edward Snowden, there were free press entities that could run the things that he was printing. Right? That those articles are still up. Those slides are still up. They didn't just get disappeared from the internet.
Right.
Number one, there is no free press in China. Number two, if you are doing business on the mainland, you play ball with the government.
Yeah.
That's it. Them's the rules.
Yeah.
Like, and that there's no wiggle room. There's no like thumbing your nose at the people up top. You play by the rules, or bad things can and will happen.
Yeah. I guess that's true.
So now it's like the question is, the head of ByteDance, the CEO of ByteDance, had a company before that didn't work. He said that in his next company, he would work closer with the government and with in implementing Xi Jinping's way of thinking. And so that's part of the fear here, is that not only have they used location data to identify people, including some of the Uyghur population that are being put in, re-education camps, and I'll use gigantic air quotes there, including some that there was a report yesterday that showed 20 women that had been taken from those Uyghur re-education camps outside of China, had escaped, found out that they were forced sterilized.
Jeez.
And they had no idea that had happened. Like they did not consent to it. They were it's a population control thing.
Yeah.
And ByteDance has handed over location data to identify those people for collection to the Chinese government.
Yeah.
So it's
like you said, they have to play ball in China.
Yeah.
The security risks here are that the Apple beta for the new iOS is what set all this off when people noticed the clipboard thing. Because the new version
which
of
is
iOS,
like TikTok's not the only app that's done that.
Of course not.
But it is certainly an aggressive move.
Yeah, it's pretty aggressive. And the thing is, nobody would have known. Well, maybe they would have figured out some other reverse engineer way, but some developer was just running the beta, and the beta now says it pops up with a warning, like it would with, hey, do you want to use your Bluetooth right now? Or, hey, do you want to use location data only now or always or only when the app's open? All those kinds of warnings that you give permission for camera and microphone and all that. It was like one of those, but it said, hey, this app, TikTok, wants access to your clipboard.
Yeah.
And it didn't used to be a permission request. Now it is. And that's what sent off all, that is a very bothersome thing to do. I don't know what other apps do it. I'm sure others do. But that's pretty lame. Somebody's copying passwords. Somebody's copying, significantly personal data or something on there. And that's bad. That's very bad. So
yeah.
Somebody said, Disturbed Angel says they've noticed Chrome on mobile skimming the clipboard as well. So, it may be happening all the time. And that's my other problem with this whole conversation, not yours, but around this issue or around TikTok. I really don't know how much of it is a security risk, how much of it is just propaganda about it being a security risk, and that we know that by their very nature, Chinese companies have to answer directly to the top of China, and they have to work that way. So therefore, default position is a more of a security risk. Like I don't know. I don't actually know who to believe. Like when I'm out on the porch last night looking at dumb fart videos, dogs farting. What was I giving them? I don't know. Nothing I can think of that's any good. All my clipboard data is boring.
Well, but yeah, I think we can all agree this isn't the well, if you have nothing to hide, then you should be cool with the government or anybody, foreign government, our government going through it. Trust and believe. This is what I hope will continue to be a larger conversation of privacy in terms of our data writ large, including in our own country.
Yeah.
Like I do not mean this to say that the U.S. government is totally innocent of taking more data than they should and locating people with it and using some of the technical things that we use. I mean, including hell for these protests. You know, there was a plane that was literally flying over Oakland, circling over Oakland during the protest.
Yeah.
And it was there to act as a cell tower.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So, because it would ping anybody who was live streaming or, texting or whatever, it would act as a cell tower to collect that data. So it would know more about the people that were down there.
Wow.
These are surveillance tactics that are employed by our government because for safety reasons, right? And it is contingent upon the tools we use, love, and could be as innocent as a bunch of fart videos and mom-daughter dances like on TikTok, or as serious as telling your family that you're okay because they see chaos on the news.
How did you feel on a very personal level when you knew that plane was out there doing that? Does that make you inclined to go, whoa, hold on? Or does that make you go, yeah, that seems like a reasonable use of data? Like, where do you stand on that kind of stuff personally?
Oh, I think it's terrible.
Okay.
It's bad.
Yeah, I think it's bad too.
Like, I think it's very bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would classify that as bad.
Yeah.
Scott.
Well, I don't know if it's that obvious that you would think it's bad. I mean, I don't know. There are some things.
Why not? What would make you think that I'm a defender of Big Brother scraping any data?
No. I learned a long time ago. This isn't about that. This is about me assuming how you feel about anything. So,
sure.
I'm not going to assume anything. But obviously, it seems obvious that this is bad. I don't want a plane flying around and saying, "We've pinpointed Scott. How do you know?" He's
got his phone. He's watching dog fart videos.
He just liked a photo on Instagram. Go. Like I don't want that in my life. But I guess it's there.
Yeah.
And if people are going to get real cynical, I guess we're there. I guess we're 100.
Well, yeah. I mean, part of it is the tools that we use.
Yeah.
Right. If we want to be off the grid, then you can meet in person. If you want the ease of communicating with a computer in your pocket, then you have to understand that there's going to be a backdoor the same way there was a backdoor for cell phones, and the same way there's a backdoor for wiretaps on wired phones, on telegraphs, right? Like there's all systems are hackable. It's just where we're okay with the privacy trade-off and where we're okay with how our government acts in terms of exploiting those backdoors and spying on its own people. And I think that there should be tremendous bars to clear to do that, and the more cavalier the government gets, the less I like it.
Yeah, I don't like it either. All right, well, Backdoor 2020, not just a great porn film, it is the State of the Union. All right, speaking of State of the Union,
watchable on TikTok.
Yeah. Isn't State of the Union coming up? Don't we have that like soon? And how does that look right now? How does that thing work? That seems that seems like a rough one.
Do we have the State of the Union?
Isn't it? Don't we have something soon? Or am I have this in my wrong? I may be wrong about this. Hold on. The Union.
No.
Okay.
It was February 4th.
Yeah.
Don't they do it every 6 months or something? No.
It's every 6 months?
I thought there was one every 6 months or something.
What are you talking about?
I don't know why I thought that. Is that weird?
You thought the State of the Union was every 6 months?
Yeah, isn't it?
So we had a spring and fall State of the Union?
Yeah, for some reason. For some reason in my head I thought there was like a
Let me definitively say,
on
since apparently
NBC.
I'm too much of a fence rider, let me definitively say that the State of the Union is once a year.
Wow, you've really taken a strong position
That'll
here.
make Talia happy.
Yeah, she'll be very happy about that. Well done. All right, Justin, as always, riveting conversations can be had not only here on Tuesdays, but on your channel and on your podcast. Do you want to tell people where they can go this week to get something cool?
Indeed, yeah. So if you want to hear a lot more about the other tech hearings that happened with Facebook, Facebook, Apple, Amazon, and Google, you can listen to the Friday episode of the Politics podcast with your friend of mine, Molly Wood, who made her PX3 debut on the show. And I thought it was great. If you want to hear more about the roadmap of where we're going with some of these antitrust things, then please go listen to that. And then, of course, twitch.tv/JustinRYoung is where you can watch the Politics live stream Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. We're coming up with new stuff. It is, if you haven't watched it in a while, I guarantee you it's going to be like no other Twitch stream you have seen.
It's going to be like mad money, yo. All right, dude. We'll see you soon.
Dog.
Bye. All right. Jim Cramer, mad
That was
money.
to prove that you knew who Jim Cramer was.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, just in case someone in the chat room wanted to take a
Somebody accused
shot.
you in the chat room about not knowing who Jim Cramer was.
I knew. Someone said that. I knew who Jim Cramer
Somebody
is.
said that. Yeah.
Why would they say that?
I don't know.
Why is the chat room they are hell bent on giving me
up
shit
your
today?
butt tonight.
They are totally up my butt today. I don't know why. How you like it up there? Set a spell. Enjoy yourself while you're in there. All right. Hey, Brian, to take us out today, a quick mashup, a bonus.
Yay!
From Jamie. This is a great one because it has to do with our old pal, Third Eagle of the Apocalypse. That's right, the co-prophet of the end times.
Yay!
And
Love this.
I hope you'll enjoy this. Here you go.
Welcome to Revelation Unraveled. I'm your host, William Tapley, also known as the Third Eagle of the Apocalypse and the co-prophet of the end times. Number 2. Now, it should be obvious that Stacy is at least a witch with her black fingernail polish. The mark of the beast appears on the forehead of Barack Obama. Oh, this is comical. What is it going to take to wake you up?
Are you there? Clear the road and clear the air here, there, and everywhere. I said that many, 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 many times.
A rather vulgar, crude, crotch-grabbing dance. I don't know why they have to have logos for every time the Pope goes somewhere. De rigueur. Daddy is Satan. Are you going to put them on your ridiculous? And he was a very famous and evil, actually, pagan king. The way you put me on your ridiculous. God is warning us. God is warning us. Are you paying attention? A Lampedusa cross. He lives among the beasts and eats grass. Vladimir Putin, Satan, has 6 gold teeth above, 6 gold teeth below. And of course, we know those are numbers of the beast. I guess that's supposed to be some kind of a joke. These creepy clowns are predicting the soon appearance of the Antichrist, the gay agenda, the shape of horns.
The tree in Nebuchadnezzar's dream was still thriving and grew underground, as in all internet connections with iPhones, as the fruit. This will be destroyed later. I'm not sure. It doesn't say that in the Bible.
It's overwhelming. Now, I don't want to be too explicit, but that's a very nasty image. Let's take a close-up. Somewhat like a transvestite. Twerking is an imitation of animal sex. UFOs are demons. YouTube blocked true prophecy. And the male end fits into the female end perfectly. The mother effing gentleman. Even in tough times, Trump knows the way.
Oh, that's one of my favorite things he's done. I love that.
Absolutely. Oh my God, that's fantastic.
Oh, wow.
Fantaculous.
That was really great. Put that on your ridiculous, or whatever he
Yes.
says.
Oh,
It's
man.
so stupid.
I don't know what it says that. Nobody.
What a disgusting image. Let's take a closer look.
Let's take a closer look.
That was really good. Jamie, you outdid yourself, dude. Well done on that. I loved it. If you ever do another one of those, I would not turn it down. Okay, quick fan service
We've
for
said that many times.
Many times. All right, we're going to do this for a listener real quick.
Fan
Service! It's time for some fan service. This is for Chase Beyond. And by the way, if you guys have a product, project, or thing that you guys want us to mention at the bottom of the show, because these weird times means it's harder to get your stuff out there, we'd love to do it. Just send me an email, themorningstream@gmail.com, and we'll hook you up. Chase Beyond says, I've been listening to you guys since back around 2012, and I'm a first-time writer. Thank you for this fan service opportunity. I'm a broadcaster on Twitch TV, or Twitch.tv rather, of 2 years, going by the name Chase Beyond, just like it sounds, CHASASE Beyond. I stream 2 out of every 3 days on a rotating schedule, full-time firefighter and EMT every 3rd day. That's cool. I bet he has stories.
That's really cool.
I have a relatively modest and friendly community, and we're close to 1,000 followers. Would appreciate any kind of support from any of the Frog Pants family. I am a variety PC streamer. PC game streamer is what he means, who currently streams Fallout 76, soon to be Souls-like, and let's see, Monday through Wednesday platformers, Thursday through Saturday, and Community Brawl, Hala, and Jackbox on Sundays. These are all great games. I may have to watch them.
Yeah.
I can be found at twitch.tv/ChaseBeyond. Thanks again. I love and appreciate you guys and all the Frog Pants community, Chase Beyond. Well, Chase, we're happy to do it, dude. So
Very
go
cool.
give them a watch and sub up to Chase Beyond on Twitch. I'm going to be doing that today.
And thank you for doing what you do on your third days.
Yeah, it's very cool, man. I know he's got stories. Some of those guys have seen some business.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
And we need people like him. Anyway, so go check that out. And if you want to send us your own fan service, you can. themorningstream@gmail.com. We'll put it right here on the show. Frogpants.com/TMS for everything else. You can go to patreon.com/TMS to support us. And if you stick around till Friday and you support us, you get a free weekly show this week. So be here for that. All right, Brian, that's it. Song. Yep. Let's go.
Okay. Louis Loyo, who's donated so many games that we give away on Battle Royale. Big thanks to Louis or Lewis. I'm going to say it's Lewis, but I want him to call in or